good evening. I decided to draw another envelope for a mystery person, and I drew Virgo vibes. And then I have drawn my Make Kindness a Whole Vibe card, the Fire Horse, the Chariot. These two do go very well together. And of course, Aries, which we are nearing the end of, which is all a very powerful, kind of in motion kind of sequence here of things. Yeah, we're kind of waiting to see what this Aries season will bring. It's not to say that it has been a dull Aries season so far, but yeah, we continue to wait to see what else will happen. Sorry, I'm just turning down my background volume. Okay, so I am going to shuffle around my cards and see what I can add to this. Okay. That would be the Devil card. Always, to me, the Devil is about wherever you're stuck, you need to work on it, you need to work through it, you need to be prepared for what may yet be happening during this Aries season in the year of the Fire Horse. And so it's just important to get to work through, whatever your devil is, whether that may be an addiction or just, a relationship issue, or just something that you haven't been able to work through, something maybe you're stuck on, not manifesting greatness, you're stuck in a lower vibing frequency where you're just putting yourself down and you're keeping yourself down with negativity. Maybe you just need to start saying, kinder things to yourself and reminding yourself of a future version of yourself that you will yet to become. But by setting the path for that and saying, this is who I am now, that will be who you manifest and who you become. So, yes, let's, in the interest of any crazy activity that could be happening, I think it's best to be in the best possible position by working through your demons, so to speak. And I just want to look at this one a little bit more. Love wins, light and love, pure energy, going up, up, up. There's a little reference to K-pop Demon Hunters. King, love wins. There's the peace symbol. Make love a whole vibe. So, yeah. I'm just thinking how that one tied to the rest of these were all kind of energy and movement and Aries, but I like to think of it as movement in the direction of love. Everywhere we're seeing people, caring about these things that are happening in other countries, to other people, to people in this country, the United States, but also around the world. The people don't benefit from the things that a few leaders decide. The people aren't involved. The people haven't created the borders. The people aren't the ones who benefit from a system that keeps us all enslaved. So what we're seeing as part of this awakening, it's an awakening of love. It's a movement of love. When we do nothing, nothing is cowardice. But when we have love, we protest, we fight, we believe in the people. We look out for each other. We rise up against a phony system, corrupt system that is not for the people, that is against the people. That is what love does. And that's, I think, how it ties to this chariot of movement, right? Of change, of bringing about change, and the fire energy of the Aries, the new kind of young soul energy of starting fires, of, wanting to make trouble. And of course, the fire horse with this rapid movement. And yeah, we need to break free and be unstuck, because then we can find the love and the protest and the ability to fight for a different tomorrow. I think that's how it all is going together. And I'm going to draw another card. See what we get. Boom. You can have it all. Dreaming of her land and manifesting. I feel confident, almost, well, I've been told statistically 100% of my audience is female. And I'm not surprised. So thank you, female audience. I appreciate you. I'm doing this for the whomever may see it, that it may, impact in a positive way their lives. So, I just love anyone who is paying attention, who's interested, and who's following. And I'm guessing you are female. And it looks like 38% are from the United States, which means a larger percent are not from the United States, which is really beautiful and amazing. Thank you. Really do appreciate everybody who watches this, who likes it, who leaves a comment, who maybe shares it with somebody else. But this was one of the first paintings that I did, and what I meant by that was I had read a book called Her Land. It was written, I think, in 1926 as part of a women's magazine series, and it was about this place that these three men stumbled upon that was completely female. And I don't want to give anything else away, but I've only read the first part of the trilogy, but I liked it so much that I just kind of saved it, which is what I do with certain things. So I've kind of been waiting to finish parts 2 and 3 of Her Land. But what's crazy is, that there's no original thought. Like, she was so ahead of her time, and it's really funny because I've seen so many interviews where they ask a bunch of men, like, would you like to live in a world with only men? And they're like, God, no, gross, no way, no. And then when every woman they ask, they're like, yes, sign me up, let's go. So I thought this was really funny. I think obviously women in love with men and relationships with men and with sons, of course this is not for them. But for single women of any age, women who have experienced being sexualized uncomfortably against their wishes, almost on the regular, I think sometimes this is what we wish for. We wish for a place of peace and quiet, and yeah, a lot of things. But definitely read the book, Her Land. It is quite amazing. In fact, I'm going to pause this and grab it. Well, Her Land was not in its expected place, but I did find the yellow wallpaper, also by Charlotte Perkins Gilman, and that was able to remind me of her complete incorrect name. Anyway, 1800s, late 1800s. So check out that book if you have an interest in things like that. I don't even want to draw it. I just drew my own card again. Oh, comical. Still a reminder to myself. This describes a lot of things, a lot of my interests, but does not include human design. So, and I ended up going with the rainbow instead of the amethyst sun bath bowls back when I was manifesting them. But they do have purple bags and one is very beautiful and purple. But I do love the full colors of the rainbow. And now I've drawn my 444 card. This was my first effort at textured painting and using fabric on my painting, and then attempting to scan it and make it into a card. And I feel like you can you can see the fabric within the card, so that's pretty cool. And this card is what I call my angel card for 444. Heart on a sleeve, unconditional love. She's wearing a shirt that says peace. Sometimes hard to read in small card format. React. Oh, I'll check it out later. I'll have to look at the actual painting. But yeah, this is my piece. I ironically call my home here Peace Amongst the Chaos. There has been a ton of chaos within the many buildings and the construction of my little art community here. But and it is in the city, and there are trains and helicopters and planes and all sorts of noise, but at the same time, we have so many birds and hummingbirds and butterflies and bees, and it is just there. I can find a lot of tranquility within the space. And so that's kind of what I was thinking when I did this one. And 444, as far as all the angel numbers go, is particularly important to me because I was born at 4:44 a.m. and I always wake up at 4:44 a.m. and look at the time, and then I even check it again in the afternoon. But in more recent years, the rest of the synchronicities have kind of caught up where I see all the different angel numbers on my best days, and in addition to this one. But yeah, that was kind of my original number for that very personal reason. And I do always have felt like, oh, I must be very blessed and very lucky to have that number. And I was actually also born under a very lucky star, which was considered the luckiest of the lucky. So I have some very lucky things about my life, and I'm going to say that I have been very blessed, and I continue to be very blessed, and I am trying to manifest in the future for myself, as I hope the rest of you are as well, if you are watching this, and you're always looking for ways to manifest change and have gratitude and love for yourself and gratitude for your angels and your spirit guides and your loved ones on the other side, and for Source, as which you are part of Source, and for all of your, the rest of the universe, and all of its greatness. I don't know. I just feel like that is how we're going to start to see some changes, and how we're already starting to see so many changes, because you're just seeing more and more people that are really profoundly disturbed by what they've discovered here on Earth, what is going on right now. In every country, I work internationally. I speak with people around the world every day. And when I talk to the women, I can tell you it is the same story. None of us are willing to just accept this information and kick back and just be like, yep, this is just what it is. And we don't care. That's really not our vibe. We're not doing that. So this is for all of the women out there who believe in a better future, who want to see the change, who aren't going to accept things the way that it is. Draw one more card. The Hanged Human. Wow. Stop. Collaborate and listen. Yes, indeed. Oh, wow. What message am I getting with the Hanged Human? I mean, yeah, I guess every choice you make from this point on, right? Every choice you make, let's stop. Let's think about it. What are we doing? How are we spending our money? How are we spending our time? How are we treating ourselves? How are we treating the other souls around us? How are we treating nature? How are we treating animals? How are we treating dogs? How are we treating, well, dogs are animals. You know, the food that we eat, are we blessing it? Are we kind of making it edible by blessing it? Because we don't know what we've been fed, what we're being fed. Everything we do now, every choice we make, how does that choice impact this revolution, this awakening of souls that we want to have? How are we changing our future? You know? And then another thing about stop, collaborate, and listen, and this is coming in very strong for me right now, is my passion in human design. While it's only a few weeks underway, I have jumped in with both feet like I do with everything. I think I've explained that I've painted all of these paintings with basically since December. It's now April, but the bulk of them in December. So, and then I created these cards, and then I did this. So I am I'm a manifesting generator. I've been guided in my human design to just stay busy doing all these different activities and just staying happy and staying in a state of bliss and a state of high energy, and that's what I'm